Hello and welcome to this video, which is entitled How to Not Ruin Your Spreadsheets. This is a video specific for people who are using spreadsheets that have been created by someone else. So whether it's one of Spreadsheet Solution spreadsheets, be it a bespoke product or a store product or a basic range, whatever it might be, or whether it's someone else who's made a spreadsheet for you. Usually when people make spreadsheets, excuse me, they lock all the cells with formulas, so you can't mess up formulas and you can't um, go and delete things you shouldn't be deleting. However, there are still things that you can do to mess up a spreadsheet, and I want to show you what those things are so that you can avoid doing them. I'll also show you how to do that, whatever you were trying to do in the first place, without um, messing up the spreadsheet. So let me show you the things that you shouldn't be doing first and foremost. There are a few on the list. The first thing is dragging or copying and pasting. It basically comes to the same thing. Let me show you. If you right click on any cell and you say copy, and then you go to the next cell and you right click and you say paste. Forget control C, control V, that kind of thing. That is copy and paste. Don't actually do that, because I'll show you why. When you copy and you right click and you come here, that's to paste, which is I think probably control P, I think. That's to paste. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do is you want to paste values. You don't want to paste, you want to paste values. Now you might ask, what is the difference? Well, this paste is actually pasting everything, the formatting, the colors of the cell, the conditional formatting, all the rest of it you're pasting. The paste values is you saying, let's just look and see what text is in the spreadsheet and paste text rather than anything else. This is pasting formulas. That's transposing from horizontal to vertical. That's pasting formatting, and that's pasting a link. So when you paste normal paste, it pastes the formatting and everything else. Sometimes in the older versions of Excel, you may have to go to paste special, but you'll find it underneath there. But it's paste values. That's the one you want to do, especially if you're pasting from another spreadsheet into this one. The reason being is because this one's locked, and I have set the cells to being unlocked. The ones that you need to type in are set to unlock. Whereas if you open a new spreadsheet by default, all the cells are set to lock. But because it hasn't been locked, you can edit them. So when you copy data from another spreadsheet and paste into here, the probability is that the cells that you're pasting in are locked. And as soon as you paste them into the spreadsheet goes, okay, these are locked. You've locked the spreadsheet, therefore you can't use them again. So as soon as you paste data in, it will then actually lock the cells that you pasted in, and that's going to defeat the object because you're not going to be able to edit them. So all I'm saying is don't use copy and paste. Always use paste values. This spreadsheet to this spreadsheet, another spreadsheet into this spreadsheet, whatever you're doing, paste values. The other thing is to drag it. So if you're at the top and you go, actually, I want that text all the way down to there, and you come to the bottom here and you select the little cross and you drag them down, that is the same as copying and pasting. In fact, as you can see, those lines have moved down because it's taken the line from here and it's dragged it down where those lines weren't there. Now, in the case of this newsletter, this spreadsheet, you've kind of ruined it now by doing those lines there, but that's probably the worst that'll happen. There'll be one or two conditional formatting things that will cause issues. In other spreadsheets, that could really just render it useless. So dragging is the same as copying and pasting. So don't do that. If you want to have this copied down, just go copy and then select where you want. So if you want that copy down, you go copy, select those like that, right click, paste values, done. It's as simple as that. The other thing that you can't do is you can't come and delete entire rows. If you go, well, I want this data out, you can't come in delete rows. I've locked that. Sometimes it might not be locked. But what you need to do then is actually just come along here, right click, clear contents, and then resort by whatever column you need to sort by, and it'll resort and get rid of that blank space. If the sorting filters are not put on, there's a reason for that, because often it needs to be in a certain format. Then what you can do is you can do exactly the same thing. So if you want to remove this row, come along here, right click, clear contents, and then come along here to the next one, scroll down, right click, copy, come up one, paste values, and then go down to the last one, which is now duplicate because you pasted values, and clear contents. And that would be how you move everything up rather than deleting a row. So you see, you haven't actually deleted anything, you've just removed the contents and you've kept the structure of the spreadsheet working. Those are the two important things. So don't use the drag. It's the same as copy and paste. Use copy and paste values. Don't delete anything. Rather clear contents and resort. And the last thing that you shouldn't be doing is moving any cells. So what does that mean by moving cells? What I mean is if you come here and you say that 18 shouldn't be there, it should be one row down, don't come here like that, drag that and move that down. Because A, you've already messed up there, you can see that line's missing, but that's not the worst of it. This cell here, there are formulas off to the right. Whenever I make the spreadsheets, there are formulas off to the right here that you can't see. And these cells determine those formulas. Now, when you move it down here, what you're saying is, off screen now, what's happening is this row is still looking at that row for the data, and this row here all of a sudden will come up as an error. So all the formulas that are off to the right of that screen are now actually ruined and will not work anymore. So that's the danger of moving. So don't move any cells because there are other cells linked to those cells, and when you move it, the formula follows those cells, but then the one that takes its place now has no formula attached, and it will ruin all the formulas, which means that in a lot of cases the spreadsheet won't actually work. It will definitely work properly, but sometimes it won't work at all. So don't move anything. Again, if you want to move that one row down, rather copy that, paste values, and then come here and remove the clear contents, right? So basically, don't copy, don't paste, sorry, don't use normal paste, don't move anything, don't drag anything, and don't delete anything. Always just use clear contents, copy and paste values. Those two, because those two cannot delete anything or remove anything. Then you're just literally using the data. If you do mess something up, one of the things I've just shown you, and it's a spreadsheet that you bought from us, we always advise that you keep a blank copy of the spreadsheet somewhere as a default template in case something goes wrong. Then if you've got that problem and you realize that's what's happened, if you copy the data that you've got in the corrupt spreadsheet and paste values into the respective place into the new spreadsheet, and you go through all the tabs and you do that for each tab, so you're essentially transferring the data across without transferring the mistakes. So you're not copying and pasting, but copying and pasting values. Then what that'll do is it'll take your data across to the new spreadsheet, which is working, and the old spreadsheet can therefore be thrown away, and the corrupt cells from the old spreadsheet will be lost, and you'll gain a new spreadsheet that's working with the correct data in. So copy and paste values always, and you won't go wrong. I think that's it. One other thing before we go, this time it doesn't relate to cells. Let's just unprotect the workbook here, and then we can show you. It has to do with tabs. On some of the spreadsheets, I've left the workbook unlocked, so you can actually hide some of the tabs. So for argument's sake, let's just say this newsletter tab is something that contains sensitive data or whatever the case might be, and you don't want others to see it, and you say right-click, hide. You hide it, and then you can come up to review and protect workbooks so that you've actually locked down the workbook so that they can't retrieve that hidden page. If you come back here, you can say unhide, okay. The one thing you can do when the workbook is locked, when the workbook is unlocked, is you can actually right click and you can say delete tab rather than hide tab. Hide tab hides it and you can open it up later on. Delete tab will literally delete it and it will delete every reference to it, and that will ultimately ruin your spreadsheet. So don't ever do delete tab. That will delete it and it'll ask you, are you sure you want to delete? And once you delete it, it's gone. So don't delete tab. Make sure you hide tab rather than deleting it. If you have a look below this video on the website, you'll see all of these instructions typed out with some screenshots, so you can go through it and make sure that you're doing the right thing. But if you do that, you should be able to keep your spreadsheet working properly. So thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.